interesting, though, how the ancient Romans, over 2,000 years ago, had amazing plumbing. And then throughout history, the plumbing has sort of had its ups and downs, and there have been times when the plumbing was great and times when the plumbing was not so great. How many indoor toilets did Chicago have in the 1850s? Quite a few.
It was quite a few, yeah.
Yeah, so the big cities had lots of indoor toilets in the 1850s.
Yeah, that was, then, London especially was one of the places where that really started.
Yeah, and then there's just been so many various cycles of the highs and lows of plumbing throughout history.
Yes, it would be interesting to try to correlate that with things, but yes, sanding this is my next step, which isn't exactly plumbing, but it is related to plumbing.
It's all related.
It's all related to plumbing. That's one of the things we discover here.
Life is related to plumbing.
Ah, yes.
Don't talk to me about life. Yes. That's a Hitchhiker's Guide reference, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
More projects.
More projects.
So now I've sanded this to be smooth enough for our purposes, since it's only going to be under a toilet anyway. But I need to pick up the remaining dust with a slightly damp cloth here to be able to actually, before I actually polyurethane it. So,
yes,
going to it.
Yes. I told him that if anyone is hypercritical enough to get down on their hands and knees and inspect the floor of our toilet, and then critical enough to come out of the bathroom and tell us that the floor underneath our toilet is not up to their standards, I am kicking this hypothetical person out of the house and telling them never to come back.
I wish I had more skill with this, but...
You're painting the floor underneath a toilet. How much skill do you need?
Well, I need enough skill to feel like I'm doing a good job.
You're doing a good job, dear. Trust me. You are doing a wonderful job of painting the floor underneath the toilet.
With something that will dry clear anyway.
With something that will dry clear anyways.
So I'm mocking up where the new toilet is going to go. So this is the wonderfully decorated floral toilet. And this is going to replace the cracked toilet bowl that's going to go in there, but I am going to use the original copper tank. And so this is about where this is going to go. I've repaired the floor where it sits. And then this is going to be our flush pipe. And this flush pipe was originally intended to go like this, but this sits a little farther from the wall than the other one did before. So I think we're going to end up with our flush pipe like this. You can see where the tank goes because of the original paint on the wall. So this is going to basically go in this way, and I'm going to have to cut it a little short here and possibly a little short here, but this pipe will definitely work to make that fit properly in here. In the process of doing this, I am, of course, adapting a British European-style toilet bowl to an American-style tank, which is essentially, as far as plumbers seem to be concerned, black magic. So I've had to get a number of parts from Europe, a number of parts from America. They all are different sizes, and I've had to make them all fit. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it is worth it to get this exquisite toilet bowl with the original tank. So,
part of the reason we needed this one was because the original toilet that was here froze and cracked in multiple places when there was no one living here and the temperature was -20, so it was no longer functional. And the company that made them is now out of business, and it needed to be the right size to fit in this space.
And the right orientation. We have to have as you see, the toilet bowl has to be slightly rotated from the tank. And that's just because of the nature of the space. The tank has to be narrow enough to fit between this medicine cabinet and the wall. And there's just a lot of constraints on this particular toilet. And so this is the way it has to be. To
meet all of those criteria, we had to do a lot of searching and find a company that was making just the right ones. And it was happy coincidence that the ones they were making were so darn pretty. I pointed out that it takes a special attention to detail to paint flowers on the portion of the toilet that only men are going to see. Women see this part. Really, you only see this part when you're either cleaning the toilet or if you're a guy. And to paint flowers where only a guy will see them, that takes a particular attention to detail.
I think this is going to be a good one, and we're looking forward to having that second indoor toilet functional, partly so I can then repair the minor leak that is coming from the first one. So we need that one to dry out, but before I do that, I want to make sure we have a functional toilet for the week it'll take for it to dry out. So
Let's hear it for toilets.
these are wonderful things.
The ancient Romans were brilliant.
They were. That was a good clean cut. Cleaner than the other one, at least.
That's good.
And now, I just smooth it off so it doesn't tear up the nice rubber fittings.
Yes.
See my nice stainless steel brackets for holding the tank in place?
Ooh. Ah. Wow.
You are not impressed by my stainless steel brackets.
I am impressed. I am impressed. Don't give me the sad Gabriel face. I love you, my dear.
I love you too. So, making progress with this toilet. I've got the pipe cut to fit here and everything. This is going to be fully connected up with this adapter to the original tank. I've got some stainless brackets holding the tank to help provide a little bit extra support. My next step is going to be drill holes through the floor so that I can mount the toilet. And then I can actually use the wax ring to get that toilet bowl set. Once I have that set, then I'll connect the tank all the way. And then hopefully it'll be ready to test.
When the drains continued to back up and we realized the problems with the collapsed pipe continued further under the cement slab in the basement, we tried hiring a local plumber to help. Unfortunately, that didn't go very well.
So, after about a week of vanishing without a trace or explanation, the plumber came back this morning for a few hours. Things are still a mess. They pretty much look a lot like they did last time. Yeah. No more functionality. He keeps misappropriating my garden tools. He just takes them and uses them to shovel through the raw sewage without asking, which is not cool. Yeah. So, that's where we are now. Oh, a bath. Okay. Haven't seen the plumber now since sometime last week, which was a while ago. Things are still, looking like they were last time I touched base with you guys, and
What is this?
maybe someday he'll come back. I don't know. We'll see. So, when Gabriel came home last night, he said that the plumber had told him that he, Gabriel, had to drain the hot water heater. What we're paying the plumber for, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, so we're without hot water now for an indefinite period of time because I have no idea when the plumber is ever coming back, if he ever is. It's not the first time we've been without hot water here, but I can't say I'm happy about it. So, out of the entirety of last week, 5 possible working days, the plumber came part of one half day. And things are still unchanged. He just didn't show up the rest of the time. I don't know where he was. Didn't tell us. Didn't give any explanation. Didn't even tell us he wasn't coming. He just didn't show. So, the saga continues. after showing up for part of one half day last week and totally standing us up the rest of the 5 days of the week, the plumber finally showed up yesterday. I told him he has to stop standing us up. He yelled at me about what a fabulous job he's doing. And personally, I don't know of any job on earth where showing up for 10% of the time that you're supposed to be there is considered a fabulous job, especially since he keeps grabbing my gardening tools without asking and, piling sewage covered stuff on top of the places where we keep food. I really don't know how that could be a good job in anyone's definition. But, and he apologized to Gabriel, yelled at me, apologized to Gabriel, because Gabriel's the man, and I'm the woman, so the guy felt just entitled to yell at me. Yeah. Okay, so, yesterday, the plumber finally showed up, and with Gabriel supervising him and helping him, we're paying this guy, and Gabriel had to do part of the work. With Gabriel supervising him and helping him, he finally did some work. And he broke something that wasn't broken before he came here.
So up here, we have the bottom of the toilet. And if you look over on this side of it, you'll see that it's wet on this side of the pipe.
Yep.
And so there's a drip right here coming down. And so that flange got disturbed when they cut the pipe under it, and they're going to have to fix that because that is going to leak and cause problems. And
and the shower story. We should tell the shower story because that is a gem. So, after a year without it, we still don't have a bathtub. So we had a year without a bathtub, many months without even a shower, and this is a really pathetic shower to begin with. So there had been multiple things going wrong with this shower since the guy started this work. And as of a few days ago, he'd told us, oh, it's all fine. It's all perfect now. And so Gabriel took a shower, and it leaked all over the floor. And when Gabriel tried to tell him about this, he said, oh, I don't know why that would happen. Unless someone tried to stand in it. He didn't know why the shower would leak unless someone tried to stand in it. He didn't expect anyone to stand in the shower. That's just a gem of cerebral incompetence.
So now that is hopefully sealed up and curing, and hopefully that will not leak anymore. But yes,
Like he said it wouldn't leak before,
many challenges.
when he didn't expect you to stand in it.
Many challenges. as
You're
I
not a
said.
big guy, Gabriel.
I'm not that heavy. So.
Didn't expect a human to stand in the shower.
I look forward to the day when our plumbing just works.
I would look forward to the day when people actually did what we're paying them to do. Didn't expect anyone to stand in the shower. So, plumber finally showed up, and under Gabriel's very strict supervision, he did some stuff. Of course, he took great pains to tell Gabriel how overbearing he thought I was being because I wanted him to come when he said he would come and actually do the work he said he was going to do. This apparently makes me terribly overbearing. We're firing this plumber. Gabriel's gonna finish the rest of the work himself. And that's where we are. Yeah.